Please do be seated. Well, good afternoon and welcome to this joyous occasion. This is our second graduation of the summer season. So this afternoon we're graduating students from SIBS, our Strathclyde Institute for Pharmacy and Biomedical Sciences, and also our Department of Physics. So this is a fantastic occasion for you to celebrate the successes of your loved one. It could be your son, your daughter, your grandchild, a friend, family member. So please do let them know that you're here. We don't want this to be too somber an occasion, so let's make sure that the graduands, as they are now, when they're leaving the stage, realise that they are graduates. So in a short time, I will ask Professor Hannah Batchelor to stand up and to present our students. They will walk across the stage. They will not kneel down on this kneeler. Instead, they will get capped by me and then leave the stage as graduates. And the old capping tradition starts from the time of the Enlightenment, which is a ritual which was started to basically bestow the degree on the students. So please do enjoy yourselves. It's a magnificent ceremony, but it should be a fun ceremony as well. So now I will ask Professor Hannah Batchelor to read out and present our graduands. Where's the wee thing?
Associate Principal and Executive Dean, in the name of the University and by the authority of the Senate, I present to you these students for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for Research in the Department of Physics, Graham Neil Campbell. Sean Dyer. Kieran Hiller. Alana Grania Horn. David Nicol. For research in the Strathclyde Institute of Pharmacy and Biomedical Sciences, Rasheen Noor Akram. Saddam Jumar Nasser Al-Ani. Abdullah F.J.A. Alderson. Howrah F.R.M. Ali. Ekaterina Bodot. Robin Elizabeth Brace. Shelby Coyle. Angeline Alice Monique Gisa. Valeria Jacoba. Justin Colin Gregg. Thomas Howarth Hender. Angelica Kippas. Nicholas Clem. Ashley Catherine McCulloch. Zoe McKinnon. Elizabeth Chika Nwagwe. Maria Ines Alphonse Silva. For the degree of Master of Science in Advanced Pharmaceutical Manufacturing, America Maria da Costa Martins. In Clinical Pharmacy, Zainab AAA Al-Safar. In Neuroscience and Mental Health, Maisie Lee Sebastian Swindle. For the degree of Master of Physics, in Physics, Aaron Jack Berryman. Fanula John Carmichael Doherty. Harry Andrew Edwards. Elizabeth Jane Farr. Natalia Sara Koso. Jack Mackenzie. Ola Makidonska. Sean McGogan. Eamon Robert McHugh. Aaron Peter McKee. Nadia Mirza Sadi. Mihail Novikovs. Ryan Quinn. Nicole Walker. In Physics with International Placement, Benjamin Charles Watson. For the degree of Master of Pharmacy, in Pharmacy, Rana Abdullah. Haya HWY Abu Raisha. Samavia Alam Bashir. Amin Alatar. Charlotte Ann Alexander. Yussa Al-Kindi. Mariam Ali K.M. Al-Malki. Aisha R.O.R. Al-Musalim. Amar M.K.H.M. Al-Katan. Mutada Rafid Al-Taheri. Aisha Asif. Megan Attar. Kristen May Barber. Eve Bell. Sophie K. Black. Joanna Amy Breslin. Declan Brown Trotter. Maria Wilma Cabrelli. Christy Jane Campbell. Emma Marie Chapman. Zhao Nung Jonathan Chong. Callum Clark. Abby Coburn. Abigail George Conlon. James Connery. Ayanat Valentine Cotlet. Holly Crooks. Owen Cunningham. Khadija Daya. Emma Dixon. Yazan Emkith. Abigail Evans. Rachel Farrelly. Rebecca Lily Files. Shana Faubister. Hannah Fraser. Yakin Gacy. Darcy Ann Gibson. Sophie Grossart. Shibra Hanif. Badua Noam Hara. Louise Alexandra Hart. Thomas James Healy. Noah Helm. Kieran Gerard Hendry. Alex Kirsty Henry. Kanta Hussain. Katie Howland. Abby Elaine Hull. Ewan Ian Hunter. Benedict Inglis. Nairin Islam. Umara Jamal. Mazia Jamilola Madi. Haris Javid. Rami Mohammed Eskasar. Emma Grace Keane. Eliza Ishak Khan. Hugh Lam Noaku. Hussein Kasey. Michelle Liu Wenkwok. Sarah Lazrek. Sarah La Hassin. Ellis Lindsay. Leah Marshall. Cara Martin. Andrea Alfredo Martone. Heather Grace Mason. Maria May. Adele McClear. Claire McAvoy. Evie McCulloch. Abigail Lynn McDade. Rhys Alexandra McDermott. Alexander. Craig Robert James McFarlane. Rachel McGoldrick. Becky McGraw. Emma McGrory. Fern Joy McIntyre. Abby Caitlin McKinney. Charlie Faye McLaren. Laura McMillan. Miljana Mamishi. Logan John Mania. Ailey Mitchell. Amna M.A.A. Mohammed. Daud Mohammed. Catherine Luane Muir. Ayman Mumtaz. Emma Marie Murray. Layla Musmani. Sajada Mustafa. Aisha Noor. Lujane Yasser Obaid. Siobhan O'Neill. Rebecca Jane Orr. Alexandra Osaroska. Aisha Ashraf Ali Patel. Sophia Girasoli Patterson. Maxwell Quado Pesa. Iraj Pavase. Dugald Harry Pratt. Mia Ray. Alex Elizabeth Ritchie. Amy Elizabeth Robinson. Ashley Jane Roddis. Olivia Malgozata Rucker. Ghazali Saif Narimani. Mohammed Ahmed Ali Shazad. Karina Elena Stefan. Anna Christina Mary Freeland Stewart. Cara Gemma Stewart. Abigail Margaret Strang. Jenny Elizabeth Stiles. Renu Ann Sunny. Kala Alexandra Sutherland. Mia Sweeting, Yasmin Yi Muntang, Iman Tariq, Emma Louise Thompson, Amy Tuor, Arjun Singh Vaid, Kelly Z. King Wang, Ailey Rebecca Waters, Oliver David Whitelaw, Neelafar Yazdaneen, Christy Ziyao, Susanna Young, Maham Zahid, Ali Zagam. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics, Ewan Douglas Andrews. Brandon Anthony John Kane. Olivia Sian Eagle. Samuel Joshua Gard. Reese Jackson. Catherine Kennedy. Cameron David Leckie. Ailey Kate McLennan. Erin McCafferty. Callum Allen McLaughlin. Daniel James Neeson. Maria Yolanda Ramirez. Mairead Reid. Abigail Lilias Thompson. Stephen Thompson. In Physics with Teaching International, Rayam Salah Zahir Al-Haji. In Pharmaceutical Sciences, Noor Zaid Ibrahim. In Physics, Eden Grange. We have a Master of Pharmacy, Belkacem Larava. So I think you've warmed up your voices.
How about giving a huge round of applause for the class of 2025? Excellent, well done. I think our students certainly deserve that round of applause after their number of years studying to get these degrees, some varying from 3 to 4 to 5 years, depending which degree they were on. So that's fantastic applause and recognition for that. I'm just going to spend a bit of time telling you about the university and some of the things that are going on within the university. And after that, we'll take a procession, weather permitting, out of the hall. So the stage party will leave the Hogwarts dining room and we'll move towards the refreshments area where we will hope, well, we want you all to join us for some refreshments and celebrating with our graduates. But before I get to that, I'd just like to thank you all most sincerely for joining us in this very happy day, which is marking the culmination of many months of hard work and dedication from our graduates. And all of our graduates have shown great commitment, resilience, adaptability, and determination to arrive at this day. And for those of you graduating in the presence of your loved ones, it's a moment of great pride. Friends, family, supporters undoubtedly play a crucial role in your journey. So, students, let's take a moment to acknowledge and applaud your friends, family, and supporters for everything that they have done to get you to this position. Okay, so not quite as good as the friends, family, and supporters, but I think you are outnumbered, so we'll give you that. And likewise, our dedicated staff who are sitting here resplendent in their various academic robes, and members of our court, our governing body, who are here today as well, have worked tirelessly to provide you all with an exceptional education and student experience, and your success reflects their commitment. So graduates, again, let's take a moment to show our gratitude and appreciation to your staff who've taught you your degrees. Okay, you'll be pleased to know that's the end of the applause for some time, I think. So once we finish this ceremony, we'll leave the hall in the academic procession, and that will signify that the graduates are now full members of the Strathclyde academic community, which numbers almost 250,000 worldwide. And as esteemed members of this community, you join a long line of alumni who've gone on to excel in their chosen fields. This includes not only notable names such as physician, missionary and explorer David Livingstone, television pioneer John Logie Baird, Lady Ailish Angelini, former Lord Advocate of Scotland, former leader of the Scottish Conservative Party, Baroness Annabel Goldie, an entrepreneur, philanthropist, and long-time supporter of Strathclyde, Sir Tom Hunter. But also individuals such as computer science graduates, John Giannandrea, now Senior Vice President of Machine Learning and AI Strategy at Apple, and Dr. Pauline Burke, Head of Data Science, Siri Assistant, and Diction at Apple. Teaching graduate Andy Roxburgh, OBE, former Scotland men's football team manager and now technical director of the Asian Football Conference. Economics and social history graduate and a generous donor to Strathclyde, Dr. Leslie Stretch, former president and CEO of software services company Medallia. Economics and finance graduate Anne Dovigan, senior vice president of Norwegian export finance company Exfin, and biochemistry and bioengineer graduate Dr. Mark Travers, global head of monitoring excellence at pharmaceutical firm Merck & Co. So Strathclyde was founded in 1796 during the Scottish Enlightenment through the bequest of Professor John Anderson, who, believing in knowledge for all for the greater good, wished to establish a place of useful learning. And we've remained faithful to this founding principle, which continues to guide us today as we strive to make a positive impact on society and the world. We're a research-intensive university committed to creating new knowledge and understanding to tackle the challenges of our times. Our scientists and researchers are leading the development of innovative technologies that will facilitate the transition from fossil fuels to the clean, sustainable energy sources such as wind, solar and hydrogen. And they will power our future world and tackle climate change. And we're developing new drugs using new digital manufacturing processes which will provide cheaper, more effective treatments in the fight against cancer, kidney diseases and inflammatory diseases, whilst also helping our health services evolve to face the challenges of health and social care in the changing demographics of the 21st century. Through our focus on entrepreneurial education, we call it Strathclyde Inspire, we're helping students and staff to create new businesses with sustainability in mind, which are reaching beyond the university, helping to create jobs and supporting economic growth. And we're leading the revitalisation of this part of the city through the Glasgow City Innovation District, which is bringing companies both large and small here to get to work together across key research clusters, including health tech, fintech, 5G communications, industrial informatics, space technology and quantum technologies. And much of this is based in our Technology and Innovation Centre down on George Street. In the near future, we'll be creating another innovation centre named in honour of one of our most successful alumni, businessman Dr. Charles Wang, who donated £50 million to Strathclyde a few years ago, an extremely generous gift and our largest ever, given in recognition of the role that this university had in his success. £30 million of this gift will be used to transform the former Students' Union building on John Street into a new key element of the university's technology and innovation zone, allowing more businesses to co-locate with the university and improve productivity, developing world-class talent, research and technology, and accelerating inclusive economic growth. And we're also a major player in the second innovation district, the Advanced Manufacturing Innovation District Scotland, which is out near Glasgow Airport. So when you're taking off from the airport, you may see some buildings. There's a purple-roofed building, which is the National Manufacturing Institute Scotland facility, which is helping to grow Scotland's manufacturing capabilities as part of the fourth industrial revolution, or Industry 4.0. This will see digitalisation, automation and artificial intelligence transform the sector and provide huge economic and employment opportunities. And we're partners too in the Medicines Manufacturing Innovation Centre, which is opposite the National Manufacturing Innovation Institute for Scotland, which is operated by CPI, where we're looking at generating new medicines and new types of oligonucleotide or DNA-based medicines. We also have the Digital Process Manufacturing Centre in Irvine, North Ayrshire, which is offering training opportunities, cutting-edge digital demonstrators and access to expert support on research and development. And Strathclyde also works to inform public policy on national economic strategy, education, productivity and workplace strategies through our various research institutes. We're training teachers, lawyers, journalists and civil servants who contribute so much to our society. And through our Centre for Sustainable Development, our globally minded staff and students are working co-creating solutions with our global partners across academia, civil society and the public and private sectors to secure real-world impact and to tackle the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And in pursuing our vision, we understand the value of successfully working in partnership with businesses, government and the third sector to make a difference. And we extend our global reach through academic partnerships with the likes of Stanford University, New York University, MIT, Caltech, Tsinghua, Nanyang Technological University and the National University of Singapore, to name but a few of our international strategic partners. And as a university, we are continually working to enhance our student experience, investing in our campus and student experience as evidenced by our new Strathclyde Sport and our learning and teaching buildings, and investing in health and wellbeing services, always putting our students at the heart of everything that we do. And our progress and efforts in all of these areas have been greatly recognised in recent years with a host of awards. In 2019, we became the only university to win the Times Higher Education UK University of the Year twice, having first won it in 2012. We've also been named Business School of the Year, Workplace of the Year, and Research Project of the Year in recent times. And Strathclyde was named Scottish University of the Year 2024 and runner-up to the UK University of the Year in the inaugural Daily Mail University League tables. Alistair McCall, who compiled the rankings and who previously was responsible for the Sunday Times Good University Guide and League table, described Strathclyde as the epitome of a progressive 21st century university, seeking to shape and change society for the better through the pursuit of educational excellence and social change, and still a place of useful learning, just as it set out to be more than 200 years ago. Furthermore, last year we were named European Entrepreneurial University of the Year at the EEE Awards, and we collected our 4th Queen's Anniversary Prize, our 3rd consecutive one, in recognition of our research, innovation and entrepreneurialism in photonics, which is the science of light. And these awards reflect the quality and breadth of activities in our university across all of our faculties. However, this is a graduation from the science faculty. I'll just share 4 highlights from the faculty. So in physics, scientists have set out to determine whether they can monitor Antarctic krill from space to help safeguard one of the planet's most vital yet overlooked species. Strathclyde, the Worldwide Fund for Nature, and the British Antarctic Survey have joined forces on the Krill from Space project, which sounds rather grand. Krill are at the centre of the Southern Ocean food web and also climate heroes. They transfer vast amounts of carbon to the ocean depths, helping to stabilise the planet's climate. Also in physics, a bequest from Scotland's last Auschwitz survivor has enabled the creation of 2 new chairs. Professors Jonathan Pritchard and Paul Griffin have been appointed as the Judith and Harold Rosenberg chairs in quantum technology and are leading the world in the respective areas of quantum technologies. And in SIBS, scientists at Strathclyde have created the world's first fully 3D printed microscope in under 3 hours and for less than £50, fraction of the cost of traditional devices. Using a publicly available design from the website OpenFlecture, the scientists have produced the microscope's frame and clear plastic lenses they designed themselves using low-cost, accessible 3D printers. And the microscope was completed by adding a ShotBot camera and a light with the whole device controlled by a Raspberry Pi computer processor. And a prospective drug discovery company that has spun out from academic research in pure and applied chemistry, and also SIBS, has received a share of £3 million of funding from a collaborative cystic fibrosis drug discovery program. Rostra Therapeutics received the money from the Cystic Fibrosis Antimicrobial Resistance Syndicate for its work to identify new compounds with the potential to treat lung fungal infections in patients with cystic fibrosis, including those that are resistant to other antifungal drugs. And these are just a few small examples of the wide-ranging activity and specific successes from our university and faculty in the last year. And it's upon these great achievements that we build our future and achieve the goals and ambitions we've set for ourselves in the next 5 years in our strategic plan, Strathclyde 2030. And today is a day to look forward to the beginning of a new chapter in your lives, where you will take the knowledge and skills that you've acquired during your time here to pursue and realise your aspirations. And as you forge your new careers, the university values of being people-orientated, innovative, collaborative, ambitious and bold will stand you in good stead. The world faces many challenges and uncertainties. These challenges, such as climate change, demand solutions. And as graduates of Strathclyde and the future leaders of our society, you have a responsibility to use your talents and your education to make a positive impact on the world. So whether you go on to pursue careers in business, science, engineering, politics, or any other field, remember that you have the power to effect change, to inspire others, and to shape the course of history. But with power comes responsibility, and I urge you to never lose sight of the values that have guided you so far: integrity, humility, and empathy. These are qualities that will set you apart as you navigate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. So as you step out into the world, you carry with you the knowledge and skills that you've acquired during your time at this esteemed institution. But more than that, you carry the spirit of Strathclyde, a spirit of innovation, collaboration, and excellence. Strathclyde is an institution where freedom of thought is encouraged and valued as an institution where we exemplify tolerance and inclusivity. And we hope you continue to demonstrate Strathclyde's socially progressive values, an ethos of tolerance, pluralism, and a desire to make a positive difference. I'm confident you will do this because you go out to the world equipped with that most valuable asset, knowledge. The Strathclyde degree that you now hold in your hands is your passport to success as you rise to meet the challenges ahead. So as you embark on this new chapter of your lives, I encourage you to continue learning, to embrace new challenges, and to remember that the pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong journey and that success is not measured by what you achieve, but by the impact that you make on the world around you. So it's with immense pride that we see you graduate today. And in conclusion, I'd like to congratulate you once again on this momentous achievement. The University of Strathclyde has equipped you with the tools you need to thrive in the years ahead. I've no doubt at all that you're going to make us all very proud. So go forth with confidence, with purpose, and with the knowledge that you are capable of great things. Thank you very much. Okay, so I've had the thumbs up from Fiona at the back of the hall, so we will do a procession. I'll close the ceremony in a second, and then the stage party will leave. We'll be followed by the students, and then if we can, all the others can follow the students up to the Learning and Teaching building. We'll have a reception to celebrate this momentous day. So with that, thank you once again, and I formally declare this congregation closed.